So in today's video, we are going to be walking through how to go and do the brand new League SBCs as efficiently as possible on a low budget. Before we do start this though, if you guys are interested, I do offer a daily subscriber trading guide over on my Twitch. All you got to do is go and click on the top link on the description, and so you can subscribe for free with Amazon Prime. If not, it's £5, €5, or $6. In there, you get yourself daily updated investments. You also get yourself daily updated trading guides. So I guess if you need some coins to be able to do the League SBC method, this might be a nice alternative over buying FIFA points or whatever. So let's go and talk about how we're going to do the League SBCs. Very interesting. They dropped the League SBCs this early. They've come about 3 weeks early this year. Is it because they've amped up how many Hero and Icon SBCs we're getting? Maybe. But that's not what we're talking. We're not talking about trading in today's video. We are going to be talking about kind of what is the most efficient way of building these teams. So there's a few steps in this process. First step is going to be opening packs, hooray. Second step is going to do upgrade SBCs. And third step is doing the League SBCs, and then I guess talking about the repeatability. So to do this, you kind of want to be starting on about 20k. Now the reason you'll be starting on 20k is because if you go and open a bunch of bronze packs and don't go and get enough in those bronze packs, then what's going to end up happening is you're going to run out of coins and you're not going to be able to go and finish it off. But obviously what you can do is maybe open a bronze pack here and there, and then what you go and do, maybe play a game to get some coins, or maybe do a little bit of trading or whatever. But you kind of want at least 20k to go and start this with. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to go and open bronze packs. We probably want to open minimum... Alright, we're going to open minimum 10k's worth, but when I say 10k, I mean like us being down 10k. So going from 20k to 10k. Because when we go and open these packs, and of course these packs cost 750 coins, we don't actually lose 750 coins at a time. We get stuff that discards, we get stuff that sells on. So let's talk a little bit about how we're going to go and dissect these packs. Now, I've got a list below me, and this is a list of all the things needed in the Basic League SBC and the Premium League SBC. So we want to go and keep ourselves Sud-America cards, Libertadores cards, which this year obviously aren't, that fancy sort of special card, they are just base cards. Bundesliga 2, Serie B, Ligue 2, La Liga 2, the MLS, the EFL, the Liga, and the Eredivisie, the Bundesliga, the Serie A, the Prem, and the La Liga. So if we go and flick our stick right, we can see that, well, we've got ourselves a Ligue 2 player, so that's useful. We've got ourselves an SPFL player, not very useful, and then we've got ourselves an English Third League player. Sadly, we only got 3 players, it's better if you get about 4. So we've got loads and loads of other stuff. So the first thing we can do is we can basically go and check, does the other stuff sell? Now, everything sells if you give it long enough, but you kind of want to be as efficient as possible with this method. So what I would say is if we can get to like the first or second page and they're absolutely spammed at 200 coins, I would say there's no point bother selling the player. What we'll do is we'll go and put them in a bronze upgrade. Let's go and check Kuchain. And again, the sort of play, we're on the first page and there's so many. Now again, these cards can eventually sell on for 200 coins, but it's just not efficient to be trying to sell them for 200 coins. So we're going to keep them. Now the manager, let's have a look at her. Again, spammed on the market. The problem with the managers is obviously, they don't really offer any additional utility. So if I had a if I had a completely empty transfer list, I'd maybe go and list her for 200 coins. If not, maybe I'll go, I don't know if it would be worth my time discarding. It might be worth keeping. Now for kits and badges, the nice thing is that these Tifos that are rare discard for 70 coins. Same with the badges that are 70 coins. You can do a quick little search. Again, it'd sell on relatively slowly, but I think I'll be happy with the 70 coins. The vast majority of non-rare stuff doesn't sell, even stuff like Liverpool, Celtic, these sort of like big teams, even their stuff doesn't sell. So my advice would be you can more than welcome to go and check these, but more likely than not, they're not going to sell. And this is what I was saying regarding, you're going to open packs down to you've lost 10k, because we're going to go and get 321 coins back, and that's just from discarding this stuff. If I was to be really finicky and go and also list these cards up for 200 coins, I've literally only now spent, well, would have lost like 40 coins to go and get ourselves one player for the SBC. And that's kind of the idea. So, some packs you could even profit on, but the vast majority of packs you'll maybe lose a few hundred coins, but what you will do is you'll gain a few players. Again, not bad, a Sud-America player, so that's already a decent player. What are we going to get ourselves? We're going to get ourselves a La Liga player, and we also go and get ourselves a Bundesliga 2 player. So again, if I was to go and win these on the market, they'd maybe cost me, I'd say minimum 450 coins winning them on bids. But let's go and see what we've got right here. We've got an American manager. So there we go. Perfect. Now again, the managers you're looking for are France, Brazil. There's loads out there. France, Brazil, Korea, Ghana, Nigeria, America, obviously. It's basically a lot of the top nations that have maybe 1 or 2 SBC players. And I can see I can go and sell her for 1.5. So I'm going to get literally double the value of the pack back just from selling her. And again, not going to be looking at anything there. More than happy to go and check the rare kits. Probably could go and sell it on a slow sell, but the reality is the demand for it is going to be very low. So right there, we've kind of made back 1.7k, and we've got 3 players for SBCs. Perfect. So again, we can keep on opening packs until we're gonna, you know, in theory, keep on opening packs until it's not a team of the week, is it? You can't write it. And then you can maybe go and pack yourself a team of the week. Happy days. I'm sure if you do enough bronze method, you'll go and get it. I was very, very thrown there with the walkout. But there we go, perfect. Weirdly enough, Liga NOS is not needed whatsoever. But you can go and see that this guy, more likely than not, I mean, again, slightly spammed on the market. But there's, I mean, let's see if I go and grab this guy, for example. If we go and see how many of this guy spammed on the market for 200 coins, but you go and compare it to this guy who's in the Liga NOS. Yes, he is semi-spammed on the market for 200 coins, but we can see significantly less than this card. This is a sort of card you want to be listing for 200 coins because he's got a much higher chance of selling on than a pleb like this guy. This guy's also in the Bundesliga 3. Again, a little bit more spam, so maybe I just want to go and keep him. Nothing too interesting there. Again, we can more than happy go and check out the Tfue. Probably could sell. I'd imagine there would be a bit of demand there. We'll go and discard it. So, again, hilarious that we actually go and pack a team of the week. That wasn't planned. So, let's say we've gone and done that, and we've gone and opened about 10k's worth of stuff. Now what we're going to do is we've got all those plebs that, you know what, they weren't good enough to sell, but they were good enough to keep in the club and use for something else. And that thing that they're going to be used for is going to be upgrade SBCs. So the first thing is, obviously it'll be subjective when you're watching this, but that you've got this one premium upgrade SBC I believe you can do every day, which is here. Now it expires in 1 day, 8 hours, so they might go and release something a little bit more repeatable, but this is really good to go and do because what I can do is, and again, you can only do this, I believe, once a day, is I can basically go and put in 3 rares, and the rest being non-rares. But, again, you're putting basically 3 rares, 8 non-rares, and you get yourself 6 rares, 6 non-rares back. So you may say, well, that's not that amazing. But what you can do is you can basically put in a bunch of players that just are not useful. So again, as long as they're not from one of those leagues down below, we can go and put them in. So the Polish players, the Danish players, obviously we're going to go and keep, probably going to go and, no, I mean, we can put in the rares, because presumably, let's say they weren't selling if we put them into Swedish Bundesliga 3. So we keep the Serie B, we keep the other stuff. Saudi, not very useful for us anymore. I think it was useful in previous years. Obviously, you don't want to be using an excessive amount of rares in here if you don't have to. So there we go. I think that should be about done. Again, how many rares? I've used 5 in there just for the sake of the fluidity of the video. Again, you'd want to probably min-max and only use 3 rares if you had to. So we're going to go and put them into the SBC right there. And again, we've just put in 11 players who are just completely useless for the SBC. So let's go and see what we're going to go and get back from that bronze pack today. If the store's going to load. Perfect. Fluidity of the video. Slowed down because the EA store's not going to load. Ideally, I'm now going to remember to edit this out. So after EA completely destroying the fluidity of the video because they didn't want the store to load, like we were saying, we put in 11 players that are not useful for the SBC, so let's go and see what we're going to get. It's not another team of the week, is it? I don't believe it's another team of the week. No. So, what do we go get back here? None of these guys are useful. Okay, well, we didn't get that. I'd tell you what, we got done pretty dirty, but hey, this guy has literally just gone and packed a team of the week, so you can't complain too much. We got a German Bundesliga 2 player, and we went and got ourselves a USA player. In the end of the day, we are kind of won. We got more rares back than we got more rares back than we put in, and we've got more players that are useful. But it doesn't really fit the agenda there. So what we are going to do once we've done the SBC, because of course that SBC is only completable once every 24 hours, although when you're watching this video, maybe they've gone and dropped something else, we are just going to do this bronze upgrade pack. Now this bronze upgrade pack, we're basically going to go and put in 11 bronzes, and it's going to go and give us 2 silvers. So again, we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to go bronze, we're going to go low to high, and again, ideally we'll put in non-rares. We can put in rares, but obviously, you know, they might be useful for marquee matchups or something down the line, so there we go. Just going to go and put in 11 players again, just make sure not to use any of the players from the list down below. There we go, a lot of our Scottish players. There we go, any more for any more. Some Norwegians. As I say, I think on Pale Tools, I think if you go and download Pale Tools over on the web app, I think you can basically have like an SBC template put in and make sure to not, and you can basically not click the ones that you want to obviously keep for the league SBCs. So basically it will just build SBC, bronze SBC over to bronze SBC, but only using the plebs. And I think there's some settings you can sort out with Power Tools, but for the sake of it, we'll just do this on console. So again, what we're going to do right now is we are going to go and open up that, or we're going to do then. And again, that's just putting in the bronzes that are not in the list down below. So we're now going to go and get ourselves a silver pack, and ideally we're going to go and pack ourselves silvers from the club below. Amazing. A Sud-America card who is 71 rated. These are very, very rare. These come in, so big rarity. 2 Sudamerica cards. Wow, beautiful. If I actually go and check this guy's market value, this guy has market value of about 2k. So that was a really good result because we've just put in 11 players that probably more like than not we wouldn't have been able to sell. And we've now just got back around about 2.5k's worth of SBC value. Perfect. So after you've opened again your 10k bronzes, you've then gone and got yourself your silvers. There's a few things that can now happen. The first thing is that you've gone and packed yourself loads of unuseful silvers. Obviously right there we lucked out, we got ourselves some useful silvers. But you might go and pack yourself a bunch of useless silvers. And again, these silvers are untradeable, so it's not like you can list them on the market. So what you can go and do is the silver upgrade, and it's the exact same thing. We're going to go silver, let me go throw low to high in there. And again, we're going to go and put in all the silvers that are just not from one of the leagues down below. There we go, looking good. As I say, this will basically, you're going to go and put in 11 silvers that are useless to you, and ideally then you're going to go and pack some non-rare golds. Now the non-rare golds are very important, and the reason that the non-rare golds are very important is because that's what's going to allow you to complete the more premium one. The cheaper League SBCs, a lot of them are just bronze and silver squads, but the more expensive League SBC, don't you scare me there. Don't you scare me that I've just put Larson in. What's it called? Yeah, the more premium ones need a lot more golds, and you're going to get those golds either via this gold upgrade or this silver to gold upgrade, or what you're going to do is you're going to pack these golds in the plebby parts of the League SBC. So perfect, Eric Garcia, a La Liga player. Perfect. Anything else in there that's useful? A Serie A player and another La Liga player. Perfect. Again, that's going to have about 1.5k's worth of value of League SBCs for League SBCs, and again, we just put in a bunch of plebs that otherwise wouldn't have been valuable to us. So now the idea is you've opened your bronzes, put your bronze into the silvers, silvers into golds, and now you've amassed a fair bit of fodder. Now, I'll be honest with you, on about 10k's worth of bronzes, you probably haven't done enough to really make too much of a dent into the premium mixed league. But after about 10k of bronzes, what you probably have done is made a decent dent into the mixed league upgrade. And the reason you probably made a decent dent into this one is because this is a 60 rated squad, this is a 62 rated squad, this is a 68 rated squad, and that's a 74 rated squad. Now there's a lower chance that you've made a dent into these two, but these two you should have made a decent dent into. Now I didn't open lots of I didn't open 10k's worth of silvers, but let me just see if I've got enough in the club right now. Again, I don't think I probably would. No, I don't think I've opened enough. But yeah, I say what you should have is you should have enough to at least go and buy complete about 8-9 players. And again, if you've got about 8-9 players, it is worth buying the extra 3 players on bid for 450 coins. Because once you go and complete the SBC, then what you're going to go and get is a tradable small Electron players pack. Now this is a little bit different to the other upgrade packs and the bronze packs. Because everything in this is tradable, you kind of want to go and scope out, the stuff you pack. Like if you pack a Libertadores or Sudamerica card and they're an expensive Libertadores or Sudamerica card, sometimes it's worth selling them to buy the ones that are a bit cheaper. So for example, there's a few 74 rated Sudamerica cards that are 5k. Let's say you go and pack one of them, and then you can go and, buy someone for the SBC who's only like 2-3k despite being the same rating. So then it just kind of comes down to you doing a little bit of research saying, okay, well, is this player efficient to go and put in the SBC? And likewise with this SBC, you should complete this one very, very easily. The thing with this as well, do not put in any silvers. Don't put any silvers above like 69 rated. The reason you don't want to put in any silvers above 69 rated into this one is because your silvers that are above 69 rated are way more useful for this SBC, which needs a much higher rated team, than they are for this SBC, which needs a much lower rated team. So, as I say, what should happen is you should go and complete this one and this one. You should also be able to make a decent dent into this one. Now, what I would say is quite nice about the La Liga 2 and the La Liga is they do need 68 rating, but the thing is, you should basically have enough bronze and silvers, or bronzes, let's say, in your club. And then what you can do is you can just go and buy some of the golds. Because the La Liga 2 and the, I can't remember what the other league was, do have a lot of cheap golds. If we can go and head to the transfer market. So again, we're going to go gold. We're going to head over to La Liga 2, and we can go and have a little look. And if by magic, they're not going to be too expensive, there you go. If by magic you can go and get yourself some Liga 2 golds for 400 coins, because again, if you're doing the bronze pack method, it's unlikely you're going to go and pack enough players. So what I'd say is wait until you have about 7 or 8 bronzes in there, and then go and make up the rating and the rest of the players by going and buying a gold or two. Again, the Ligue 2 and the La Liga 2 will have plenty of golds in there. Likewise with the Championship, I'd wait till you got about 7 or 8 players from the Championship and the MLS, and then just go and buy golds to fill the rest up. Ideally, you're not going to be wanting, well, I mean, you need minimum 3 golds, but ideally you don't want to be buying rare golds, so the idea is you'll go and pay yourself rare bronzes from the MLS or the Championship, or ideally maybe get rare silvers, because again, it'd be very inefficient to go and buy, 6 rare golds, or, 3 rare golds and then a few rare bronzes. So that's you doing these SBCs, and again with these last 2 packs, they are untradeable. So once again, it's a case of looking at this down below. If you go and get yourself, what's it called? If you go and get yourself some players from these leagues, make sure to keep them. If you don't get players from the leagues, of course you can't go and sell them. But for the bronze and silvers, we're going to throw them back into the bronze and silver upgrade SBC. For the golds, now let's say you go and get yourself golds, because there are plenty of golds that don't actually fit into the league upgrades. Well, what you can go and do is on the weekend, the only upgrade you'll be able to do will be this, where you're going to put in 11 golds that don't fit any of the leagues down below. Or during the weekdays, we get ourselves these sort of upgrades, and you can go and put them into these, which again is the same sort of thing, but just a little bit better. So again, they are, if you go and pack any untradeable golds that don't fit there. Now, we haven't talked much about the Premium Mixed Leagues SBC, and that's because, at least at the moment, the Premium Mixed Leagues SBC is kind of very difficult to do off the back of Bronze Spat Method. And the reason it's very difficult to do off the back of Bronze Spat Method is literally just this SBC. Because the odds on you packing 74 rated or above Libertadores or Sudamerica players, sadly, is very low. And because the odds on you packing them are very low, it means, well, you'd have to go out and buy the players. But if you go out and buy the players, just look how expensive these cards are. If we can go and load up this. Now again, it might not be bad a little bit down the line, but right now it is pretty abysmal. I think this is a good example. Cola, these have golds. There you go. You can see how all of these cards are 4-5k. So unless you're packing one of these cards, and again, there isn't a massive pool of them, you're just going to be forking out a lot of coins. And because you're going to be forking out a lot of coins, it's just really not efficient to do. It's only efficient to do once you generally have, maybe when you've only got to pay 10k to complete the rest of this SBC, but other than that, it's just really inefficient. This SBC, like you've seen already, we pack League One cards, we pack like Bronze League One cards, you pack Silver League One cards, there's plenty of Gold League One cards for you to go and pack. That one's nice and easy to do. Again, when you open them gold upgrades, when you open those mixed upgrades, this will be really easy to do. And likewise, when you're doing the other ones, this will be really easy to do. After a few maybe runs of the cheaper one, it's just this SBC is really awkward, but I'd say when it's only going to cost you maybe about 10k to complete, because you can, once you've completed that, you can probably go and complete all these again, I'd say, it's then worth doing. But don't expect for you to be able to fully complete this SBC without paying any money, because it's just unrealistic that you'll pack those players. But nonetheless, again, in these gold packs, you can go and pack yourself some nice things. Again, you can look at maybe using the, if you go and pack golds from these, you can go and look at using them, but again, do be aware it might not be as efficient. Let's say you go and pack like an 84 La Liga card, it might be more efficient just go and sell that 84 La Liga card and go buy like an 81, and you make about a K or 2. But likewise, with these 2 gold packs here untradeable, they should go and fill up the club with potentially more players that'll go and help you with the League SBCs. So again, my top tips for these are, it is quite unlikely that you'll be doing the Premium Mixed Leagues without doing this one a few times. You'll do this one a few times to amass Libertadores and Sudamerica cards. Once you've amassed those Libertadores and Sudamerica cards, and this SBC only costs 10k to do, then you'll go and complete that, and then complete the rest if you haven't already. Likewise, it's very unlikely that you won't have all these squads completed by the time you can go and do the Sudamerica for cheap. And you just keep doing them over and over and over again. Again, Prime Gold Players Pack, Small Gold Players Pack. It's definitely not a thing you can do if you've only got a K, unless you wanted to, open a pack, play a game, open a pack, play a game. But there is a nice grind to it, and again, you're just going to keep on running the cycle of doing bronzes, fill up your clubs with bronzes, do all these SBCs, maybe buy a few golds for these too. Although again, once you start opening gold packs, it'll be a little bit easier to actually have the EFL and the La Liga 2 players. And then again, it's all just about kind of this SBC only costing you 10k, and once it only costs you 10k, complete it so you can do the cycle all over again. But that is about that. Any questions you do have, I do stream 10 hours a day over on Twitch, so do feel free to drop in and say, oh, I didn't understand this bit, or you confused me this bit, and I'm more happy to walk you guys through everything. But thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you guys tomorrow with a brand new tutorial.